The organisers of this year's Future of Utilities conference believe they've got their best ever lineup of speakers. So let's hear from some of the industry leaders about the issues that keep them awake at night.
Now, in the UK, we have an ambivalent attitude to government intervention, both abroad and at home. In terms of foreign policy, in last year's Energy White Paper, our then Prime Minister said, and I quote, "Over 10 years, I have watched energy policy go from being a relatively quiet backwater to something taking on a strategic importance that could be as crucial to our country's future as defence." And yet, despite this, energy security has surprisingly not made it as one of the key priorities of the Foreign Office. Equally, in domestic policy, whilst recognising that the rules of the market must prevail, there is a worrying tendency towards short-term fiscal interventions, or now, from some quarters, even the suggestion of price controls for certain groups of customers. Such intervention is clearly contrary to the very foundations of liberalised markets and could undermine investor confidence and risk jeopardising the construction of the critical infrastructure and gas generation capacity that we need going forward.
It's time that we used fiscal and government policy so that good behaviours are incentivised and bad behaviours are penalised. Having shown people how they can make investments in their property and appliances to avoid the excess costs of unchecked energy demand, we can then give them, as an industry, the tools to cope in a world where primary fossil-based energy costs are going to continue to rise. What a shame that the Treasury, instead of responding to these challenges in a considered way, has chosen to pursue expedient, soundbite politics in relation to energy costs and now risks significant damage to the case for consumer investment in energy efficiency. Until Treasury and Government engage in serious long-term solutions, we will question as an industry whether this government is really serious about sustainability.
Balancing security of supply and low carbon will be a tough challenge, and we all know that. Energy efficiency, renewables, nuclear, carbon capture, we'll all have a role. We'll all be part of the solution. As I mentioned, strengthening the UK renewables regime is now urgent, as it is resolving all the grid and planning issues for those renewables. And us at Scottish Power and at the wider Iberdrola Group will be active in all these areas, and we are planning to invest now to secure a long-term position.